Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is about this past week's C's collab melting challenge, which was Tetris week, which are all the things that don't store well, scoops, clams, but I took it a different way and I'm looking at the shape of the wax, like, brittles and different chunks and stuff, but I have a really exciting basket here. I got through a lot of stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and here's my basket. I'm going to go ahead and dump all of this out. Got through a lot of stuff. I have a lot of empties in here, and I'm really proud of the progress I made this week. So, okay, let's get started. My weekly review videos, weekly melting baskets are a little bit longer, so just letting you know about that. Okay, I'm not going to do empties and partially gently used. I'm just going to go for it. So, first one is Grandpa's Pipe, L3. This is cherry and tobacco, and I melted this. This was the very first. Blend I melted this week, starting last Sunday. Yes, I put this in my master bath, and it's a nice cherry, but I'm not getting so much tobacco. It's more just like a cherry, a milder cherry scent, and it's nice. I mean, I wanted to. This is her. These are trig tarts? I think these are trig tarts. In another one of videos, in my L3 Customs video, I called a bougie bar a matrix. No, I called a bougie bar a trig tart. So excuse me, there's too many forms to keep them all together. This is a trig tart. So, okay, that is... it's nice, and I know that she blends that with other things, and I think I would try that in a blend in the future. On its own, it's just okay to me. Next we have, and some of these, if you watched my video last week, some of these are add-ons from this week that I grabbed and I felt like, I was in a different mood for. This is one of those. This is Koopa Claus Needs a Latte from Rose Girls, Mario Melters. This is Espresso, Baked Zucchini Bread, Royal Sugar Cookies, and Gilligan's Brew. And I love this one. Really, really, really love this one. I actually have 2 bags of this. It is a combination of all 3 of these, but they're so beautifully blended and so beautifully done that I can't tell which one is more dominant to my nose. But when I smell it, I'm getting zucchini bread and coffee on cold, but then on warm, when these other flavors come alive, the sugar cookies and a little bit of coconut from the Gilligan's Brew really come alive. I like that scent a lot. I lied. Maybe I'll do some of my gently used first and then do my empties last. That sounds good. We'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, I melted one shape of Gigi Scented Adventures Espresso Gelato. I melted one shape. I had a lot of coffee this week, but that's okay. This one was nice. It's just a nice espresso gelato. It's a creamy coffee scent. I like this one. I haven't bought from Gigi in a while just because I have so much wax. I have to take a break from some vendors. Okay, next I have Rose Girls just plain zucchini bread. I did a lot of zucchini bread this week too. And I'm so happy that I don't think zucchini bread smells like feet or corn chips or whatever else you guys out there that don't like zucchini bread think that it smells like. I love this, and I'm kind of doing an experiment with myself in just buying vendors plain zucchini bread to see which ones I really like the most. And this one throws within a minute. I can smell it within a minute. And this is it's a nice balance of creamy and spicy. It's not too polarizing, to either end. And I like that one. It's a good blender too. Zucchini bread blends well with everything. I said I was going to hoard this, but I decided not to. This is Pineapple Exotic Coconut from L3. Now, I love, 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 love this because it's a nice fresh bite of pineapple, juicy pineapple with exotic coconut, which is a Bath & Body Works oil. So this one is exotic coconut heavy on cold, but then when you warm this baby up, it's got that pineapple freshness, juiciness to it. I love this. I hope Jen pours this again soon. Love that one. Okay. I'm saving my... I have Froot Loops Zucchini Bread. This is a loaf, and I am slowly working my way through this one. And, you know, I love Froot Loops. My husband loves Froot Loops, and I love zucchini bread, and this is just a nice... It is zucchini bread heavy, but you can tell there's Froot Loops mixed in it too. It's a nice blend of both of these. I do like this. I'm slowly working my way through that puppy. Okay. I finished 2 scoops this week, guys. I finished Strawberry Froot Loops, all gone. Scooped it as much as I could from L3. This is just straight Froot Loops with extra strawberry. This was great. I melted this exclusively in my bedroom and bathroom, master bath. And this is it throws for a long time. It's nice. And the Froot Loops portion kind of mellows out a couple of hours into the warm. And this is really, really great. And, you know, I will say with some of these other vendors here, I did tell you guys, I want to start telling you how much of a piece that I melt in my warmers. I have 5. I only have 5 right now, but I'm going to be adding a couple more. I have 5 hot plate warmers in my home. I have 2 downstairs in my kitchen, open concept with the living room, dining room, and kitchen. And I have 3 upstairs, 2 in my bedroom and bathroom. So 1 in the bathroom, 1 in the master bedroom, and I have 1 in my office that I work during the day. I'm going to be adding a few... I have more hot plate warmers here. I just don't want to place them because Poppy's used to the ones that are here now. And if I add something new, it's a new toy. And I am a little apprehensive with that. I am going to add a couple of tea light warmers to places where she really isn't interested in going, I think. So, I need to bump up the level of fragrance that I have during the day, and I also need more so I can use more wax up. For the Trig Tart, I broke off a couple of little guys like this and just popped that in. That was more than enough for a nice efficient throw. When I chopped up this loaf, I get 32 melts out of a loaf. I cut it in 9 rows by 4 columns, you know, and sometimes I get, depending on the size, sometimes I get 32 melts. It just depends. But this size melt right here at the top, that's about the size that I put in my warmer at a time. But as you can see, some of this wax crumbles when you cut it, so you just kind of have to eyeball it, in my opinion. These Mario melters were fat, guys, so I cut them in half because essentially these were 2 mini melters, you know, bonded together. So I only use 1 mini melter at a time. Sometimes if they're a smaller piece or an end piece, I'll use 2 smaller pieces together, but 1 is more than enough to scent what area I'm trying to scent. And then I cut these in half also because this is somewhat of a stronger blend. If it was a lighter scent, kind of like a vanilla-ish, I would probably use the full Mario melter. But those are a little bit too much wax for me. You know, if you melt too much, sometimes the scent can't evaporate away. It just stays in its own little bubble. It's kind of like inversion out here with the valley, and between the mountain ranges and the valley, there's something called eversion, where the pollution, it can't escape because it's a bubble, and it's same concept with wax. It's just, I'm explaining it really badly. Oh, this is the regular mini melters here, of course. And these squares, like right about here, that's the size that I use. And then, like I said, if they're smaller, like this piece right here, I mean, he is a little bit smaller than that guy. I would probably use 2 pieces when I melted that. And in terms of my scoops, I just scoop out a nice scoopful and let it go. And then puppy packs, I usually melt, like these smaller guys, I use 1, maybe 2. Like I would probably put those 2 together. But this guy here, I would even cut him in half if I'm melting it in the same room. It's a lot of trial and error, of course, especially with some of these newer blends that I've never melted before. I'm not really sure of their performance. For Gigi's shapes, if I'm melting these in my kitchen, I put a full shape in each warmer just because it's open concept. But if I'm melting this upstairs, her wax is pretty concentrated. I do cut this in half so I can get 4 warms out of a 2-pack. Okay, I'll try to remember, consciously remember going forward to tell you how much of a piece that I use for each of these blends, if that's helpful to anybody. The next, I'm going to have to move my foot here because it's already letting me know that it's going to go to sleep. Okay, the second scoop I finished up, this is an old guy. This is Lavender Coconut Milk Cookies from L3. I finished this up last night. This is a nice herbal lavender mixed with coconut milk. And I'll tell you, I think this is 2020, so this is potentially 2 years old. I don't know what month it was warmed, month it was poured, because, I mean, this is an old label anyways. But the coconut milk and cookies part has went adios, and the lavender, it's herbal lavender. And that was a nice scent. I don't know if I'd repurchase that one, and I don't know if I'd repurchase Strawberry Fruit Loops, just because I'd want to try another fruit with the Fruit Loops, like orange or blueberry, blackberry. I want to have a little bit of a change. Okay, let's get going a little bit more. Here's a wallflower I have right beside me. Actually, I'm in my guest bedroom, wax storage, dressing room. This is fresh coconut and plumeria. This is in the floral and uplifting family. This is sweet coconut, fresh ylang ylang, and plumeria. So Hawaii all over, baby. I like this. I can smell this. It's a lighter scent. I mean, I'm having trouble with wallflowers and performance, so I haven't bought any since Christmas time. And frankly, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to buy wallflowers, just because I feel over the years their quality has significantly declined and, reduced. And I really get a lot of better performance and more predictability in terms of being able to smell it with Glade and Airwick, honestly. So, and I'm on a Bath & Body Works diet, so it helps that I don't want to go and buy more wallflowers. But we'll see if I can make it through summer, because summer has some of the best scents that I love. I mean, I love my wintertime, my Christmas holiday scents. And I have a good bit of winter and holiday scents in my stash, and the summer ones are the ones that I don't have much of. So we'll see. I'm trying to stay strong. Okay, next I have some Destination Wax. I have Red Pear, and this is Juicy Ripe Red Pear, richer than Bartlett in Yellow Pear. And I liked this. It was a nice, just mature pear smell. And I mean, pear it's kind of hard to describe in my opinion. It's kind of like Dr. Pepper. How do you tell somebody what it tastes like? You just have to taste it. Pear is a juicy, it's kind of it's a cousin to an apple, where it has that fresh juice smell, but pear is a little bit more rich, like Rebecca said on here. It's a richer juice, if that makes sense. This is a one and done for me. I don't think I'd repurchase this, just because I'm not getting a lot, and I use one block also here. I'm not getting a ton of lasting power out of these. I can get maybe 3-4 hours max on majority of Destination Wax, and there are select fragrances of hers that I love, like pink sari, cherry almond, Thai sticky rice, that I will continue to purchase. But other than that, I'm not sure that I am continuing to buy new scents from Destination Wax, if that makes sense. I love Rebecca and Jim. It's a great company. They are very transparent. Their shipping is wonderful. The performance is just not that sexy to me anymore, if that makes sense. So next I have coffee. This is coffee. Let's try this again. Coffee Cocoa Kona Mocha. Say that 3 times fast. This is rich Kona coffee, and Kona is Hawaiian, by the way. Kona coffee with chocolate, vanilla cream, coconut, and cardamom. And I have had Kona coffee, and it's rich, and I do really, really like it. However, I bought several of her coffee blends, and I'm sorry to say this is not one of my favorites. And I love all of these notes. I love coffee. I love most chocolate's weird and wax with me, but this isn't chocolate heavy. I like vanilla, I love coconut, I love cardamom, but together this is just, something's a hair off with this. And it's coffee, but it's different. It's a different type. It's not chocolate like where mocha is espresso and milk and chocolate. It's not that. I don't know if it's the mixture of the coconut and the cardamom and the chocolate all together. This was not my favorite. I will warm the rest of this because I don't want to waste it. I don't believe in waste. Maybe I'll change my mind next time I warm it, but this was poured almost a year ago, so it's well and cured. That's not the problem. I'm just not crazy about this blend. Next destination wax I finished up a bar of strawberry seeds. I love this one. This is sweet and zesty strawberry. And this is just like a nice juicy strawberry. And I melted this exclusively in my kitchen downstairs. And this lasted for about 3 hours for me. And then the scent weakened, and then I could smell it if I was right over top of it, but I don't hover over my warming vessels all day long. So I have another cube of this, so I will enjoy it. This is one I really, really like, but I wish it lasted longer. If that makes sense. I have a couple more destination wax here. I finished up Cocoa Butter Cashmere, and I love Cocoa Butter Cashmere. This is sweet tonka bean, coconut, jasmine, sandalwood, amber, musk, warm spices, and cocoa butter. Lots going on in this blend. But this was a nice, comforting, like a nice blanket wrapped around you, cozy, warm type of scent. And this is a single oil. This is not a blend of hers because other vendors offer it. I've had it in many other vendors. This is her old form. These are her scent shot cups. This was poured November 20, so I was using this up because he's an artifact here. So this was good. I don't think I'd repurchase it just because I like blends, and Rebecca offers a lot of single oils, so that was a one and done for me. This next one is Hit the Road Jack. This is her Lord of Misrule dupe. This is sweet patchouli, sandalwood, vanilla, black pepper, and citrus. And this was wonderful. I like Lord of Misrule, and I melted this exclusively in my bathroom. And it was a nice scent. I actually left the warmer on overnight when I had this, and I could still smell it the next day. This is a powerhouse. Really like Lord of Misrule. Okay, I did use a few clams this week. I threw in some sugar cookie Scentsy. Now, I haven't bought Scentsy in quite some time, but I did make a small order right before the Bring Back My Bar promotion ended at the end of January, I believe. And I saw sugar cookie was going away, and I thought, I'll give it a try. But to me, it kind of sucks. I don't like this because I can't smell it. It's not strong enough for me. It's just vanilla cookie. There isn't much to it. And I know when I bought it, it was just vanilla cookie, but I thought, maybe sometimes you have a sleeper scent that's vanilla based that kind of surprises me. I'm not a crazy person I am a crazy person sometimes, but I'm not a person that's crazy for vanilla, just straight plain vanilla stuff. I want more. My nose is a little bit more sophisticated than just vanilla. And this to me it fell flat. So this is a one and done for me. But I know that's a popular blend. A lot of people like vanilla cookie. I don't, but that's okay. I finished up this Better Homes and Gardens of Cinnamon Apple Dumpling, and I'll tell you, this very, very, very strong. I got this at the sidewalk sale. I actually work right next to the Rimports factory in, sorry, my ear is itching. I know, sorry. I work right next to the Rimports factory in Provo, Utah, the little address at the bottom. And right before COVID, when they had their big giant sidewalk sale for fall, I went and bought a massive bunch of stuff. That was still before I found vendor wax. I found vendor wax in early 21. This was really, really good. It's very heavy. It's hard to describe this one because it's not quite cinnamon, it's not quite apple, it's not quite dumpling. It's like a combination of all of those, but there's something missing to my nose. I only had one of these clams, and I can't get it anyways because it's not available anymore. But this was The other thing I will say about this is retail wax stains my warmers like crazy. I have to, after I use it, have to go in and immediately use a Clorox wipe to get that gunk out of the bottom, or it will just stain like crazy. I have a lot of retail wax, and I do like retail wax. I haven't melted a lot of it at all because I love vendor wax, and vendor wax is giving me what I want. So the retail wax is kind of on hiatus right now. Next clam I finished is 6 Impossible Things by Bathing Garden. I got this in our Round Robin box, and this, when I looked up the scents, I'm pretty sure it's coffee and cinnamon churros and something else, and I can't remember what it is. But how I described this to a friend is this is just a nice, warm, rich coffee. I'm not quite getting cinnamon per se, like sweet cinnamon, and I'm getting a bakery aspect, but not like crazy. This is a nice coffee scent. I like that one. One more clam I got. I actually got this recently in a random act of kindness from Jenny. This is Haunted House Season from Kay's. This is the very first time I've had Kay's, actually. Jenny was so kind and sent me a giant box, which I'm debating on doing a video for, of vendors that I hadn't tried before. And I did not know that she was sending me as much as she did, and I'm very, very, very grateful that she took the time and the money to send that to me. You know, I really appreciate that. Anyways, this is clove apple butter, or apple clove butter, excuse me, fallen leaves, and pumpkin pecan waffles. Now, when I melted this the other day, I melted this in my bedroom and bathroom. 1 cube each. And then the retail wax is just 1 cube each too. Sometimes I use 2 if it's a lighter scent, but most of the time 1 is more than enough for me. And this is, believe it or not, the apple clove butter and the leaf dominant. I didn't get so much pumpkin pecan waffles out of this. And this was poured in October last year, so it's nice and cured. But this was a nice fall scent. I wanted to try that one out because I was in the mood for a little bit of a fall yesterday. I finished up a little shot of zucchini bread from Jim's Daughter Crafts. And this is just plain zucchini bread. And I have quite a few of these. I'm trying to finish up these little shot cups. And this is cinnamon, sugar, nutmeg, and garden fresh zucchini. Just plain zucchini bread. I did cut this. This is a 2-ounce cup. I did cut this into 4 pieces, and I used it 4 times, and it was enough. Excuse me. I have a muffin of Island Paradise Rose Girls. And you know what? This one was kind of a letdown because I believe this was the one in my video from last week that I said, you know, I had 2 of these and I melted one and it kind of sucked. And then I thought I'm going to let this one get nice and cured, hopefully, because it was so strong in the bag and it was going to perform like crazy, and it did not. It was a dud. And this is tropical fruit salad, honeysuckle, coconut, and orange blossom. And it's kind of surprising to me because these are strong scents, but for whatever reason, this mixture of them in my home this just did not work. But it smells good in the bag. I like it. It's nice and fruity and punchy, and it's just not performing for me, which is okay. I'm not going to get, excuse me, I'm not going to get 100% out of everything, and that's okay. Okay, I have Sassy's. I had Sassy's zucchini bread. Now, this is just her version of zucchini bread. And if you remember, I have Rose Girls zucchini bread also that I was melting. But by the time that I got through all of my zucchini bread that I had this week, this one, I didn't really feel like melting more than once. I used 2 cubes each. Two cubes, they break off here. 2 cubes when I melt Sassy Girl. In all of my vessels, I use 2. And I get beautiful performance from it. Sassy's my favorite vendor. I have a few that are almost tied for first, but Sassy is still in #1 spot. This next one is an amazing scent. This is Pink Frosted Animal Cookies, just the OG Pink Frosted Animal Cookies. This description is pink frosting, sugar cookie dough, and frosted sugar cookies. I love this scent. And in her pre-order right now, she has strawberry jam animal cookies, frosted animal cookies that I have in a loaf. she has it offered in a loaf right now. I have it in a brittle, and it's incredible also. All of her blueberry. I was thinking about that next thought. All of her frosted animal cookie scents are amazing. I have Fruit Loop frosted animal cookies. I've had blueberry frosted. I've had pumpkin pie frosted, and I have one more in there. Which one is it? I have I can't remember. There's a couple more that she offers, but they're all incredible. I like it. I like it a lot. So this one. Next, I warmed incense type. Now, this one is not for everybody. It's an earthy, patchouli, incensey scent. This is a spicy, woody fragrance that combines black pepper, patchouli, and smoky sandalwood. This lasts all day, guys, all day. Pop it in the morning. It's still there when you go to bed at night. This is very much a powerhouse. So if you like patchouli and you like sandalwood, you like incense, next time she offers this, give it a try. This is one of my favorite incense waxes I have found. Very, very good. Next, I have Luke's Coffee Addiction. I got this in a D-stash. This, I don't even know how old this is, but it needs used up because it's old, but it's still fresh as hell. And it performs well, and I really like this. These scent notes are brewed coffee with the tiniest swirl of vanilla creamer and sugar. This is just like a sweet coffee. Sweet coffee. Okay, empty bags now. I finished up Yum Wax Pistachio Dessert. I had two shapes in here, a little strawberry and a bunny, and I wanted to use this up. And this was just like a sweet pistachio dessert, and I don't know the fragrance notes because Deanna did not put them on here, and I didn't go to her website and look it up. I bought this last year before she moved and took a break for a while. So this was pistachio, and y'all know I like pistachio. I finished 3 brittles of Sassy Toucan Sam. I've been working on this for a little while. Fruit Loops, sugar cookie, and whipped cream. I like this. I will say that this is an older, this is an older brittle, and it has lost a little bit of potency. I don't know how old this is. I got this in a D-stash right when I first got into vendor wax, so I can't attest to how old this is. But I do have a newer brittle of Toucan Sam, and it's much stronger. So this one did lose a little bit of power, but this still was wonderful. I love this blend. Very, very good. Next is I finished this whole entire brittle this week. This is Blueberry Muffin. I did this exclusively in my kitchen. Nowhere but my kitchen. This is juicy tart blueberries with orange zest, middle notes of butter cake, and base notes of vanilla and almond. This is incredible. I love this blueberry muffin, and I want to say that she had this available in some form in her pre-order, but I'm pretty sure it's sold out. I might be wrong. I haven't looked on there in a few days, but this is very, very good. It is a perfect blueberry muffin. I wish it was a little bit more of a blueberry punch, but it's perfect the way it is. If I had it should change, I'd put a little bit more blueberry in it, but Julie is a scent master. She knows what she's doing, and this is a wonderful, beautiful scent. I would repurchase that in a minute. And I would this next one too. Mr. Ihop. This is my only brittle of Ihop, and it's all gone. I think this is in the pre-order right now, and even though I already made my order, I might sneak in and add one of these to my cart because I don't want to be without this. This is one of the most perfect coffee blends and coffee scents that I have smelled. This is pumpkin pecan waffles, maple syrup, brown sugar, caramel, and coffee. This is incredible. I know this is one of Julie's favorite coffee blends too because I asked her. And she has so many coffee scents available. I just thought I'd one day ask her what's her favorite one, and Ihop is perfect because you have that maple syrup, you have caramel, you have coffee, but then you have that little bit of waffle bakery-ish dough, whatever you want to call it, that's mixed in with this, and this is just really, really, really tasty. I really love this one. So good. Oh, I have 2 more destination wax. I forgot about these ones. I finished up Nutmeg and Spices, and this one was a one and done. It was not nearly as strong as I hoped it was going to be. This is spicy warm blend of nutmeg, ginger, cinnamon, and clove with a little caramel and vanilla. And this, like I said, it's very weak. To me, it was just okay, and that's a one and done. And I have Soak Up the Sun from Rose Girls. This is freshly cut grass, kiwi, and blonde moment. This was a great scent. I melted this exclusively in my kitchen. This was a muffin, a mini muffin. And I know that Jenny says to cut it into 4s, but 4, that's a big hunk of wax to me. So I usually get about 6 to 8 melts out of a muffin. This I melted in my kitchen, like I told you. This was a really, really fruity, bright pop blend. I loved this. That grass, I mean, grass is, people think, oh, I don't want to smell grass. Grass is such a, it's such an enriching note, in my opinion. It adds an extra level of yeah, like that really smells good. It adds an extra level. Like I've had it mixed with strawberry. I've had it mixed with banana. I've had it mixed with cherry. Grass is such an underused oil in my opinion. But I know it's kind of polarizing, but I have a very wide range of scents that I like, kind of like foods. There's not a lot of food in the world that I don't like. And I like that my palette is defined in both my food and my wax, because I have a hell of a big collection of a lot of different scents. And I like that my brain and my nose allow me to like different things, because if I was more of a, I don't know if I'd like grass kind of thing. I am of the adage, and I can thank my dad for this. You know, try everything once. It's kind of like trying to get your kids to eat vegetables, or I hated vegetable soup when I was a kid. My mom makes homemade vegetable soup, and she uses 3 different types of meat and cabbage and a ton of vegetables, and it cooks all day on the stove. And I hated it as a kid. I hated it. And now as an adult, I love it, you know, because I had my mind opened when I was younger into trying different things and trying things once. I mean, I was a little kid eating blue cheese. I ate rare steak. I was exposed, and I'm very thankful that I was, because I'm like that in the rest of my life as well. You know, even things that aren't wax related and aren't food related. I'm like that with friendships, with work projects, with education, with television shows. I mean, I watch everything from documentaries to surgeries on YouTube to comedies to Real Housewives to ER. I'm actually watching ER right now. I know 20 years late, but I'm watching ER. And I like that I like the wild cards in life can be some of the best loved things that I've found. And that's just a little bit about me. This is a great scent. I do like that. Finally, I have Christmas in Jamaica. This is balsam fir, orange, grapefruit, pineapple, and cranberry. Now this one is, I don't think I've seen this oil. Maybe this is one of her own blends, but this was very nice. When I melted it, the orange and grapefruit and pineapple, that citrus really, really came to be dominant when it was warmed. And I melted this exclusively in my kitchen. That was a nice scent. Would I buy it again? Probably. I would. I don't know when, because I don't know what I'm going to order from Destination Wax again, because I do have a loaf or 2 of the scents that I do like, that I think I talked about earlier in this video. I've done several videos today, so if you see me in the same shirt, I'm doing several videos today. So that is my melting basket for this week, finishing up Tetris week. And stay tuned for this coming week's theme, which is pop culture. Credit to Lori Brown. So, okay guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and thanks so much for watching and supporting my channel. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button below and the bell, and you can see when I upload new content on my channel. So have a good weekend guys, happy spring, and I'll talk to you